Hi, this is Valerie Hector. Welcome to another installment of my Beading Globally series. Today I want to show you a pair, actually two pairs of beaded child slippers from China, okay? As you can see, they have been extremely well worn, okay? By a girl or a boy. I mean, I have no idea. I'm going to guess that children of both genders wore these slippers, as did adults. Adults wore larger versions, which I'll show in a future video. These are so worn out and so old. I would date them to, I'm guessing, 1900 to 1925. That's just a guess. Look at what's happened to the leather, and you can see they really have been walked on a lot. The soles were held together with these iron nails, which to me actually look like they were made by hand. They probably were, okay? So completely worn out, well used. But what amazes me is just how beautifully the beading has been done here, okay? These beaded slipper panels were beaded flat, often on cotton canvas or some other kind of substance, and then fitted over the shoe, okay? So I'm going to guess that one person did the beading and another person actually did the leather work and turned the beaded panel into this slipper. Okay, but look at how beautifully these are beaded one bead at a time, a kind of a bead embroidery approach. One of the most labor-intensive beading approaches in the world, to sew down one bead at a time. I don't know if I can give you a sense of the stitching here or not. I'll probably wait till a future video to show you what it looks like on the underside of one of these beaded panels. Okay. But anyway, we have two rooster motifs, and roosters are shown among bushes or trees and flowers, okay? So very positive, very cheerful. And I'm sure you know that the rooster is one of the zodiac animals in the Chinese Zodiac. You can look it up and see what characteristics go along with being born in a rooster year, okay? But just incredibly fine. Another reason, there are a couple of reasons why we know these are from China, as opposed to island Southeast Asia, where Chinese people settled, you know, and became members of the Straits Chinese community or the Peranakan Chinese community. In the first place, I got these in China many years ago. That's kind of a clue. But pieces like this were made for export, we think, to ship outside of China. Anyway, this tumpo, triangle, interlocking triangle motif here is one indication that these pieces were made in China. That's kind of very characteristic for Chinese beadwork of this era, okay? And another reason we know is these beads are not faceted. You know, they're plain rocaille beads, unfaceted, okay? Chinese people who lived in China preferred these unfaceted beads, whereas people who lived in the Nanyang or the in island Southeast Asia or mainland Southeast Asia tended to prefer sparkly beads, okay? So two reasons we know, well, three, that these were made in China. But see how tiny these are? What are they, like 8 or 9 or 10 inches long? Not even, okay? Let me show you another pair here. I'm wearing gloves because these are so old and worn out. I want to protect them, and I also want to protect my hands from, you know, getting covered with this. This pair is actually smaller. You know, I don't know which is left and which is right anymore. You can hardly tell because these two are so worn out. Look at this. I mean, literally. And the leather is split into its layers, okay? And here we also have nails, but these to me look like steel nails. And I don't know, but they might have been, as opposed to these nails here. These kind of have the sense of being handmade. These look like maybe they were commercially produced. How do I know? I have no idea. Anyway, completely worn out. Again, another beautiful kind of small motif of a tiger. And the tiger is also, I think this is a tiger. Yeah, I think so. The tiger is also one of the Chinese Zodiac symbols, okay? And you can look up to see what are the characteristics of a person born in a tiger year, okay? Again, the same interlocking triangle motifs. Unfaceted, plain rocaille beads. Don't know where these came from or how they got into China, but definitely from Europe, okay? I don't think anyone has done enough research on this topic yet to know exactly whether these came from Venice or, who knows, France or somewhere else. But just charming examples, you know, examples of the love that parents had for their children to dress them in these probably very costly at that time beaded slippers. Okay, and that's it for today, and I'll be back soon. Please subscribe and watch for the next video. Thank you. Bye-bye.